Dude, I'm so mad at you right now.
Oh my
Beyond upset. Yeah,
gosh.
I know. We've been sitting here talking, and I waited till recording to snap on you.
That's crazy. That's
I'm
crazy
so,
people behavior.
so mad at you right now.
I
It's,
can't even imagine why.
oh, you can't? You said last week on the show that they were the Arsenal Gooners. And I believed you because I didn't know any better, because I hadn't done any research yet. And I thought that was a real thing. And thank Christ I didn't fly to the fucking UK to watch an Arsenal game, because I would have gotten my ass beaten in, and not
Yeah.
in the fun way. It would
Yeah.
have been really aggressive and really forceful and probably with spiked shoes on. They are the Gunners. Their mascot, their logo is literally a cannon.
um,
But I did find Gooner Arsenal stuff, but I think that's probably a new thing.
yeah.
You
Can
might
I
have heard some British person pronouncing it Gooner, but it's Gunner.
right. Well, I will say I know nothing about soccer. I know nothing about Arsenal Football Club or however they
Classic American journalist just speaking out of his ass,
yeah, just throwing out the headline, not the
just like your
story.
boss.
I don't I did not know that it was Gunner. I did not know they were a canon. And I've only, but also, isn't like soccer goon? That's a thing, right?
I don't know. It's a thing. Hockey is a thing.
Well, right. But I'm saying, like, I think that's what like European people call like hardcore, like the people that like start riots. That's like a soccer goon, like the people that like light fires at the
Like
stadium.
like people like fans.
Yeah. Like hardcore
Well, yeah, they're
fans.
goon. Like, yeah, remember, because goon used to be like an old timey term for like a henchman or something.
Yeah, like a the muscle.
Yeah, the
And so
idiot, the
like
one who's like the idiot strong guy.
I don't
Yeah,
know if that's where like
I could
that
see that.
yeah, like
Oh,
they were
they're
just like
goons.
we're the gunner goons,
Yeah,
we're
we're the
just the
goon.
gooners. It's
Yeah,
like
I get it. It's just Gooner has the way we talked about Gooner. Like, I was watching I was watching Arsenal literally after we were done recording. No, that was late at night. We were recording that one. So the next day, while I was
yeah.
editing, I looked up some. I was watching some Arsenal, and it was like during the beginning of the game, they were like, "Oh, the Gunners," and I was like, "Huh, they pronounced it Gunner. That's weird." And then
Yeah.
they just kept pronouncing it Gunner, and I was like, "But wait a second." And I don't even know why I believed you. I don't know why I thought, like, if anything, like, because I think honestly in my head you said they were Gooners, and then you told me what Gooners meant, and I was like, that can't be Arsenal. Like,
Yeah.
that's why they're the Gooners. But I couldn't think of anything else of why they would be called that.
Yeah.
And not a dude. I've been watching so many Arsenal games lately, a lot of soccer games. Haven't heard the term Gooner
Yeah.
once.
That
Man, I was confused.
honestly did not come from a place of malice. That was strictly ignorance. I did not know.
Yeah,
I spread misinformation and I regret it.
that could be a fun
Um,
show. And in the UK, they have Strictly Comes Dancing. We could have it's like a dance competition show. We could
strictly
have an
ignorance.
American show called Strictly Come Ignorance, and it's all
That's
about
a
people who like they think they know things, and then it's almost like QI, like American QI,
yeah, where
where
they
people general
get
ignorance. You
buzzard or
think you know
whatever.
it, and then you're like, nope, that's actually not true. Here's the actual fact.
That's actually a really good like show name, like whether it was a podcast or a show.
I'm gonna write
Strictly
down the
Come
best.
Ignorance. That's pretty good. Or just like we do a spoof on Strictly Come Dancing. That's what their
Yeah,
Dancing with the Stars is called, right?
yeah,
Strictly Come Dancing.
yeah. They also have Help Me or Get Me Out of Here. I'm a Celebrity. Which is where they make celebrities eat like bull testicles and like pig snouts and stuff. Sir, not Survivor, but remember that show that Joe Rogan used to host when he had hair?
Fear Factor. Yeah,
It's
when
like
he
Fear
had hair.
Factor, but with celebrities. So it's like Celebrity
Yeah.
Fear Factor, but all the time.
Huh.
UK has very interesting shows. So yeah. So I'm very much enjoying watching Arsenal. Watching a few different teams, and I'm not saying they're my team, so stay off me in the comments. I'm trying to get into soccer,
Yeah.
so I'm trying to like learn the game basically. I'm watching a
Isn't
few
that,
different teams.
yeah, that's a weird thing in like the world now is like you want to get into something and the
Yeah,
people that are already in on it are like, dude, you don't know what you're talking about. And you're like, yeah, I
yeah, I
know. I'm
know.
I'm
Yeah, I'm
trying
trying to get into it.
to get into it. I know I
Yeah.
don't know.
So
That's
like
why I'm.
that's the same like with hockey. Like I've definitely like cemented myself as a Blues fan, but I love watching Las Vegas and I love watching the Capitals and I love watching Dallas Stars. Like I like different teams.
Right.
Um,
You just like hockey
I just like hockey
at this
exactly.
point.
But
Yeah.
I will always cheer for the Blues. Um,
Right.
and then but with soccer, it's more like I think there'll probably be teams that I will learn more of. Like I'll learn like I know a lot of the Arsenal teammates now. Like I know a lot of their teams, so I just am more recognizable of them. Plus, one of their teammates, the last name is the first name of my nephew, which is kind of fun.
Heck
Um,
yeah.
and so I know a little bit more about Arsenal than other teams. But it's also like even if I'm watching Arsenal and some other team like from Chelsea makes like a fucking dope header, I'm like, oh dude, that was crazy. How'd you do
Yeah.
that? How did Raya not get that goal? See, that's the name of their goalie in Arsenal. I'm learning. He's a gooner for sure. I'm almost certain. No, I don't know. The few teams I'm watching right now, I got Arsenal, which I'm only listening to because Alan Davies is a big fan of them, and I'm a big fan of Alan Davies, the comedian. And
Hmm.
you got Manchester United, which is a popular team. Manchester City, which I like. I like Manchester City because they have Holland on there, and mark my words, he's going to be better than Ronaldo and Messi. He's going to be the best of all time. He's only
Wow.
24. Kid's a killer. He can't let that kid have the
Wow.
ball. He's too good. Um, um, Chelsea, I'm watching a little bit of, and then Liverpool, I've seen a couple games. But like,
Yeah.
other than that, I haven't. And then when World Cup shows up, I'm pretty sure doesn't they all just become like one England team?
Yeah.
Or I say
I
that's the thing.
think.
I don't really know. So this next coming World Cup, I feel like I'll actually be like prepped for it.
Yeah.
I'll kind of know because usually I'm just like, oh, USA. Let's see what they do. Oh, they lose in the first round. Oh, well, it happens every year. So like,
Yeah.
it doesn't really matter. And then I end up cheering for like Mexico or I don't know. I start just
Yeah.
choosing random teams, but I think now I'll be like, oh snap, Holland's on. I don't know where he's from. He's from Norway or Sweden or whatever. But I'll be like, oh,
Finland or
whatever. I'm saying I
yeah,
don't
a
know.
Nordic
Like,
country.
oh, he's on that team. I'm gonna watch that team, but I'm gonna watch like him specifically. Right now, I'm kind of zoomed out watching everyone,
Yeah.
like watching just the whole field, watching the whole game. But eventually, it'll be like one of those where like slowly I'll be like, oh, I know that guy. I like that guy on that team, so I'll kind of keep my eye on him. I don't know. It's interesting, and I'm really like enjoying the flow of it. You know, I don't
Hmm.
know. It's just one of those things where I just slowly getting into it. Like it's one of those like when I'm bored and I have nothing to do, I'll like put on a soccer game just to have on.
Yeah.
I don't know. I don't know. Let me know your
Right.
favorite teams. If you're also a soccer, who should I be watching for? Right? I don't know because I don't really know, and I don't watch any American soccer right now. I'm watching
My
Premier League, I should say.
my choice would be primarily based on like color scheme, the
Sure,
kit color scheme.
sure.
And like, but then you see them, they'll wear like a wacky one, like
They
a
pre-
like
they were
an
pretty.
alternate,
They have a lot of different
and
outfits
you're
they
like,
wear.
whoa, you guys aren't even orange or what, like whatever color they're
Yeah.
wearing. You're like, you guys aren't even. That's not even one of your colors.
And here's what's really cool about soccer against like gridiron football, which is American football.
Gridiron.
Um, so cool. We should all start calling it that, which is so cool. Instead of just
I think
football,
it's a
we should
good
call it
idea.
gridiron football. Or
I
if
think
anything,
it
just
sounds.
gridiron or gridiron football. It just sounds badass. Gridiron.
Yeah, that's what I was gonna say. It
Yeah.
sounds better than just football.
Yeah.
Like, but just and we can drop football completely. Just say gridiron.
Yeah.
That's
Let's
a
just drop it.
cool.
Let's you know what? Drop the sport. Get it out of here. Let's get
th-
rugby in this game. Let's get rugby in this bitch.
I
We don't
I
do
do
soccer.
enjoy rugby. I do
Rugby's a
enjoy
good like
rugby.
middleman. I feel like if you're transitioning to a soccer country, you start with
Yeah.
rugby. Uh, and you know what? Also, this is a good moment. Actually, let's get the show started, and then we'll transition. I have a segue with
Okay.
more gridiron football that you will be interested in.
Cool.
But also, and again, I'll never forgive you about the Gooners thing because I still,
I did.
whenever I see Arsenal though, I always think Gooners, which drives me crazy. Oh wait, let me get to my thing real fast. That I was gonna say before, but the difference between soccer and gridiron, watching it at least from what I've noticed is in football, like a gridiron, American football, they all have like their set colors, right? Black and gold. Home they wear black, away they wear gold. That's what it is. Or
Right.
variations of that.
White, whatever.
They have
Yeah.
like two or three colors that they use, and it's always whatever their logo is in the top where it shows scores. It's always like Bengals are always going to be like orange, or
Hmm.
it's always going to be that. Um, but in soccer, they always wear different uniforms. Like they'll have like a white one, a blue one, a purple one, a green one. Like they'll
It's
have different whatever they're wearing, whatever the two teams are wearing that game. That's the color of their logo on the scores.
Hmm.
Because like Arsenal sometimes wears blue. They're red and yellow,
Yeah.
but sometimes they wear blue. And I think it's because there's so many teams and there's only so many colors, right? I feel like sometimes you have to be like, okay, well they have the same colors as you, so we'll just have to. So I don't know. I don't know how it
Yeah.
works. I don't know. But whatever colors the team wears on the game, that's the color of their logo on the score. Not that you can't, because you can just tell what the teams are, but they only use like three letters. It's like Arsenal's like ARS is ours, which is funny. But like Manchester United is MNU or MUN. Manchester City is MCI. So it's like they all have like little
Right.
shortening. So sometimes you're like, which team is that? And then, well, for me, because I'm learning, but you just look at the colors and it's easy to watch. I don't know. It's
Hmm.
also been around for like thousands and thousands of years in the UK, I feel like. So they just know what they're doing with the sport.
Yeah.
So I don't
Not
know.
to go on too long of a tangent before you
Go
start
for
the
it.
show,
Go
but
for it.
apparently they just started baseball spring training has started,
Mm.
and
Gridiron
there's
baseball.
there's been like a an ongoing joke through the years of what are they called? What is the scoreboard thing called? I heard the term for it the other day and I don't understand it.
Like on TV?
Yeah, like that, the box. They call it something and I'm completely blanking.
I don't know.
Um, but
Never heard.
anyway,
I don't know.
classically, if the Pirates would play the Phillies, it
Yeah.
would say P for the Pirates, and if the score was 0, it would say PO, and then if they were playing the Phillies, it would say
OP.
OP, poop. And so
Poop.
apparently, um, um, a lot of people don't like this. In spring training so far, they played each other, or they're supposed to play each other,
Mm-hmm.
and they changed what it looks like to be the city name, not just the letter. So it'll be like PIT
Right.
and whatever, PHI or whatever it's going to say. And people were in an uproar
Patoofy.
about that for,
Patoofy. Patoofy score.
yeah.
So
So,
fun. Yeah.
it's called something I can't think.
Look it up while I do the intro.
Ba-da-ba-da-ba-da.
All right. What's up, everybody? Welcome to Mellow Brick Road, path number 140. I'm Van Windsor. Ups, what's up? Ups, what is what I was almost about to say.
Ups
Over
what?
here is, if I can point with my invisible pin, it's Trace Windsor.
Hey, 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 hey.
Yeah, did you look it up? What'd you find?
It's called a score bug.
I hate
Don't
that.
you hate that?
That's stupid.
It
Why's it
was
called the
the in
score
the
bug?
when I came across it for the first time in my life, and I've been watching lots of sports all my life,
Yeah.
was this year's Super Bowl. They introduced a new one for the
Mm-hmm.
Chiefs Eagles, and everybody was like, "This score bug sucks." And I'm like, "It looks the same."
Score
There
bug.
are score bugs that I don't like. I will say, like in baseball, a lot of
Mm-hmm.
times, like where they put the outs and your strike ball is
Yeah.
more the problem. Like football and basketball, it's like it's the city name, logo, and the score. Like I don't know what you don't like about it, I guess.
Yeah. In hockey, as long I just want the number of shots on there as well.
Yeah. And they,
Sometimes they don't do that,
yeah.
and I'm like, just put it just right there, please. I think FanDuel does it the best for hockey, at least. I don't know. They don't watch the other sports they have on there, so I'm not sure. Um, but yeah, sports bug. That's weird.
I think that's a weird name.
Here's something even more weird for you, which isn't that weird because I do try it every year. Uh, Chiefs. They lost. They lost Super Bowl. They're fucking losers. They're the
Womp
biggest losers in
womp.
the world.
Yeah,
Um,
imagine going to a massive game that everybody dreams about playing and then losing, and you're a loser for life.
yeah, what a bunch of losers. I hope they all, have terrible lives now. I mean, they will because they're losers of Super Bowl. No one will forget it. Um, and now all of a sudden they're trying again for some reason, even though biggest losers on the planet, Kansas City Chiefs. They're trying to get that. They introduced another bill to get that stadium built.
Oh, really?
The new Chiefs stadium, they keep saying the Chiefs and the Royals, and it's like the Royals aren't in America. They're not a Missouri team anymore, right? They're not in. Are they in their state still?
They're no, they are,
Oh, I'm
but
thinking of
they
the
were the
Rams. I'm thinking of the Rams. I'm thinking of the Rams. I
right.
apologize. I'm thinking of the Rams.
But
Uh,
I will say, like, they were the ones that were entertaining the idea of going to Kansas,
yeah.
like officially moving to the Kansas side.
Well, so they introduced this bill, and the last time it got shut down because they wanted us to pay for it. And
Uh-huh.
this time they're only saying we only have to pay for 33% of it. Only 1.4 billion is going to be coming from taxes. The rest of
Whoa.
it, the rest of it
It's
is
like five,
private.
it's like 5 billion. My thing about that, I love Arrowhead.
And also, sorry, and they're also hoping that like not only will this bring these teams, cement them back into Missouri, Chiefs and the
Yeah,
Royals,
yeah, yeah.
but also it might they're hoping it brings other teams to Missouri. Like they want like a WNBA team, basically.
WNBA. Yeah, Patrick Mahomes has been pushing for that.
Well, he's a loser. No one should listen to him.
Yeah, he lost the Super Bowl. What a loser.
Dude,
Um,
there's some pretty embarrassing highlights from that game.
he played we man, we played poor.
Let's move on.
Um, I will say that I love Arrowhead, but it is the second oldest. I think Soldier Field is the oldest. It may be second or third. It doesn't matter. But I will just say for me,
Mm-hmm.
um, and I hate just like going with the tide here, but if you want to host a Super Bowl, if you want to host Final Four games, if you want to
Mm-hmm.
host bigger and better things all the time, you have to have a dome. And I love Arrowhead, but I think you could build a stadium that feels like Arrowhead, but has a retractable roof. That way you can elevate your level to
Right.
like we're this big of a team and this big of a city that we
Yeah.
can host these things. But
Are they that big of a team though? I mean, do they even deserve it? Honestly, after the way they played, do they deserve it? A new stadium. The Royals can get a new stadium.
here's
WNBA
my
get a new
thing.
stadium. But I think the Chiefs, you need to sit down and take some humble pie and
Yeah.
just fucking sit there.
Yeah, just sit in it for a
Just think
minute.
about think about the things that have happened. Not even just Super Bowl, just things that have happened around the team the
Right.
last like year. You got that kicker who was like a Nazi or whatever, a butcher or
No,
whatever. You got like Mahomes with his broccoli hair and his MAGA wife. And you
he
got
cut it. He cut it.
he still supports Nazis.
No.
You got that old man with the big mustache who's pretty
Oh, don't
cool.
even pick on
I
Big
said he's
Reed.
cool. He's a
On
big
Big
guy
Red.
though. He
Yeah.
could he could he could probably go for a walk or two. And then you got Travis Kelsey, who's just one of the most annoying people on the planet. He's great football, great story of his life. Remember he got kicked off his football team because he did something wrong, and then they like fought they bring him back because the team was garbage without him. And then he came back and he was great. And now he's on the Chiefs game. He failed them during the Super Bowl because he went and partied too hard. I heard the night before. I'm just trying to make you mad now
Is this
these are
because
all
I
just
called you a gooner?
yes,
Like,
it's
what
because you called me a
the heck is
gooner.
going on?
Because American football is not football. They catch the ball with their hands.
My thing is, as a fan of the Chiefs, and I consider myself a decent, like a pretty big fan of them.
Sure.
I don't have a tattoo or like buy a million things or go to 5,000 games, but
Yeah.
I consider myself a big fan from 3 hours away. I do not care if they build a new stadium or not. That
Yeah.
does not
Yeah.
entice me in any way to like them more. So with that, a majority of the taxpayers that would pay for it do not care in the slightest about the team. If you want a new stadium, build it yourself.
Build it
You've had the most
yourself.
successful decade of your entire existence as a franchise.
Yeah.
You have made so much more than that stadium cost in the last 10 years. You can pay for it for
Exactly.
yourself if you want a new
Why?
stadium.
Why me?
That's my thought.
Me, the disappointed fan. My team didn't win the Super Bowl. Why would I want them to have a new stadium? You didn't win. You don't deserve
Yeah.
a new stadium. I don't. If I lose a bunch of files at work, I don't get a promotion,
Yeah. True.
right? It's like, what do you?
Hey, you got a new office. It's
But
like, what?
but I've been wanting this promotion for years. It's like,
Yeah.
yeah, you don't deserve it.
Yeah.
I don't know. Even if they would have won Super Bowl, I still would have said you don't deserve it.
Yeah.
But
My thing is like
yeah,
if you made an like you can't tell me that you at the top, Clark Hunt, can't pocket X amount for the next 3 years and build the whole and then go, hey, guess what, taxpayers? We have this brand new athletic complex that will host the Olympics. It can host NCAA basketball games. It can host every concert you can imagine. It can host all football games, Super Bowls,
Mhm.
anything you can think of, and you don't have to pay a cent for it. And freaking get into bed with public transportation and build a fucking train out to that complex
Right.
so that everybody downtown has a way to that stadium without it being a nightmare.
Like Chicago.
And then you can host anything you want. Ah, yeah, pay for it yourself, and then you'll be good with everybody else.
It's just like it's just
Why are
like
billionaires asking
why
average
do I have to
people to
pay? Because the
pay?
thing we talked about this last year. I remember talking about this. We talk about this every single year. Because like if you build it, I will go and spend so
Yeah,
much money there.
yeah,
But
exactly.
you build it. If I build it, I don't want to go there because I can't afford it now because I spent all my money paying to get it built. But if you
Exactly.
build it, you will make 10 times your money in 2 years, maybe less, probably less. It's redonkulous,
Yeah.
dude.
On that same vein, come out with a yellow jersey. Come out with a yellow uniform or come
Whoa.
out with a black uniform. You will
Whoa.
make so much money on jersey sales and just like product, like new branding product. You will pay for 10 stadiums.
Mm,
If you come out with a alternate jersey, but our
mm.
freaking old people will not conform to this modern thing. Like we're not asking you to change the logo or change cities or do anything crazy. Just come out with an alternate
Just
uniform. They're like,
a yellow shirt.
yeah. They
It- it-
sell they
it's
sell a
yellow.
yellow jersey on Fanatics. Like, how about the team comes out on a Sunday and watch how many jerseys you sell? Of everybody that has 10 Patrick Mahomes jerseys that are red and white, they'll say, I need a yellow one. My kid
Dude.
needs a yellow one. And they'll make so
Pretty
much money.
sure, pretty sure if you have a Patrick Mahomes jersey still, it's probably worth
Yeah.
billions because everyone burned theirs, I'm pretty sure,
Yeah,
after the Super Bowl
mine's up
when they
there.
lost so embarrassingly at his command. I'm a ship captain, you know. So
Yeah,
like
yeah,
if
yeah.
we get caught by other pirates, that's on me.
It's on you, yeah.
So it's on him, not on Andy Reid. Well, it is. Also, he's kind of the guy. I was about to say no
I
because he
felt
bought the
out
ship, but
coached.
also I no because Andy Reid didn't buy the Chiefs. He's just the coach. They
Hmm.
bought him. So the higher up. You know what? They're all at fault. They all played bad. I've heard. So let's go Arsenal.
And
Real football.
it
Not
never helps
Real.
when the other
Real.
team that won is very, very good and played very, very well. It's like,
Yeah.
hey, how about we don't shit on us? Let's commend the team that beat our ass. Like they
And I
played so well. I don't
really
know.
hope they tell Trump to go fuck himself about going to the White House
I
visit.
think they said they're not going.
Well,
I
that
think they
was I
already.
heard. I saw in the Daily Mail they said that, but then that I was like, I don't know if this is verified.
I do
And
feel like
then
you always hear that,
and
and then
then
they're there.
Trump was like, no, 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 they haven't declined. They'll be here. Trust me, they're gonna be here. He kept saying that, and I was like, they're not gonna. It's like and now the MAGA's like, what the hell, Eagles? What you want? You guys are the worst. Like they did this in 2018 too.
Dude,
They
the
also
Eagles,
declined to go. They're very democratically owned. Like they're a very liberal
Philadelphia
team.
scares me, dude.
They're probably like the most liberal team. Like their owner, their head coach, a lot of their players, like they're very vocally liberal, which is great. Well, at least it's fun. That's kind of why I was like, please let the Eagles win, just because it'll piss off everyone else. Even though I hate when people make things political, they definitely took the Super Bowl, and they made every Chief fan, every Chief MAGA, and they made every Eagle liberal, which is
Yeah,
definitely not how that works. If you look at the two cities, like I mean,
it's like,
there's a lot of MAGA on the Missouri side, but there's a lot of crazy MAGA on the Philadelphia side too. So like,
yeah,
and vice
Philadelphia
versa, liberal
scares
on both
me.
sides. We don't have to get into politics too much, but we will right now, because I just want to give a shout out to all the people going to these Republican town halls and just getting your voices heard, and asking questions and chasing the senators out of the hall because they're too afraid to answer questions about why the veterans aren't getting funding, why, and all they have to say is God has a plan. Trump. Did you see the Missouri Alfred? He had a town hall. He claims that no one there was from his county. They were all from an
Mm,
outside dissenters coming in to like disrupt his town hall.
mm.
And he was getting audibly laughed at by people. Him and I think the Georgia one, uh, senator, they'd be like, well, God, Trump and Musk, I trust that they have a plan for us. And people are going, what an idiot. And
Yeah.
like they literally like there was one I saw today, the Kansas senator. It was a couple days ago at a town hall. Someone was like, I just want to know what you're doing with the veterans. I just want to know why you're screwing over the veterans and stuff.
Yeah.
And he was like, thank you all so much for coming. Been asking so many questions, we'll do this again. And he just literally like basically ran down the hallway.
Oh,
Walked
that's
away.
so
He canceled
stupid,
the
dude.
event 20 minutes early. He was barely halfway through and he was like, thank you all for coming. I'm getting out of here. And they, dude, because I mean, people are just going, you're a puppet, you're a
Yeah, like
bootlicker.
you
Stand
are.
up for us. That's what we voted. And
They're like
it's crazy.
they're like what am I trying to soundboards. They like the
Yeah,
way they talk just sounds like somebody is like say this exact phrase
yeah.
and like it's just like a I don't know.
Like
Why is it
corporate
like that?
buzzwords have taken over the
Exactly,
country. Like,
buzzwords.
did you see any of Zelensky like
I
sitting with Trump and Vance? Like
j
what a by the way, I'm gonna
just
say this
what
right
was
now.
on CBS Sunday morning.
JD Vance, shut the fuck up, dude. You are such a loser. He was on a ski resort right now, vacation. While we're recording, he went to Vermont or something for a ski resort. Miles of people with signs going, bootlicker, Putin's puppet. Oh, he's on the
Yeah.
mountain going skiing with his family. Guy comes skis by him and stops and goes, "You're Putin's puppet," and skis down. Dude. People are.
What?
I pray that he never has a second of peace for the rest of his days. And then
Does Vermont have
what
good
I was saying.
skiing? I
I
didn't
don't
know
know.
that.
But I think it was Vermont. I don't know. But
I don't
at the
know.
thing, it was just Trump was just constantly saying buzzwords because he was like, you're not. Oh, what did he say? He's like, you're not playing with very good cards right now. You're not. You need to be playing like better with this hand you have. And Zelensky's like, I'm not playing cards.
Yeah, this is real life.
I'm in a war right now. He had a
Yeah.
line that was like, he's like, you're lucky, you're blessed because you have this ocean of safety. You're not in a war right now, but
Yeah.
trust me, that ocean of
I
safety
did
is not going to last forever. And I was like, give it to him, Zelensky.
I did see that part. That and then I saw
He
that
had a
part
lot of good
because the
things.
ocean the ocean shield, I was like, that's a pretty good line.
That was cool.
And then I saw the end where Trump goes, well, that's gonna be good TV. It's like, do you have like you were heated and locked in on that, and then you completely undermined the whole thing because you're like, we're just out here
Dude,
making good TV. It's like, what are you
what a
talking
fucking loser.
about?
And then what's even worse is the next day, or a couple days later, Zelensky goes to the UK and has a fucking ball. It's so nice. They sign like a big thing and it's all nice. And he gets to meet the chief mouser to the cabinet office. You know who that is? That's Larry. He's a cat.
Our neighbor?
He's a cat. Chief mouser to the cabinet office. It's the title of the official resident cat at 10 Downing Street, which is the residence and office of the Prime Minister in London. And
Oh,
that's been an appointment since like the 1600s. They've had a cat appointed to the chief cabinet office.
well,
Cat
that's
chief.
what's wrong with America. We need that.
He's
We need one
fucking
of
going
those.
in with the prime minister, and they turn around. They see Larry the cat coming down the. He was appointed in 2011. He's
Oh
coming down the
wow.
stairs, and Zelensky and the prime minister going. They're going. Oh, look at that! And I'm like, why can't we have a fucking cat
Yeah,
in our
that's what we
cabinet office,
need.
dude? We got all these fucking loser pigs. Why can't we have a nice little cat? Oh, I was so mad when I saw it because I was like, man, he's having such a good time at the UK prime minister meeting, and he had to deal with all the fucking American bullshit the day before. But
It's
honestly, go ahead, go ahead.
I was just gonna say something silly. I was gonna say like when I watch that, like two political heads going at it, he's in a country that he's not familiar with necessarily. I think about like when he gets in his motorcade and leaves and goes to the hotel. I don't how does that even work?
Yeah.
What did he like eat for supper? Like did
Ooh.
he like what does a Ukrainian president eat?
That's a good question. I don't know.
Like because you're not gonna just it's like hey just like anybody else would be like dude just grab a pizza
Yeah.
grab let's just go to that restaurant right there. Like he can't do that.
I
Did
do
he have
know
somebody with him? I don't know.
I do know that
That's the shit
he
I think
is the
about.
voice of Paddington in the Ukrainian dubbed version of those
Oh yeah,
movies.
he was an actor.
He was a comedian, yeah.
Or
Pretty
yeah,
funny
comedian.
too. Pretty funny. But like, comedians are surprisingly smart at times. They're
Very
very
smart.
good at speaking.
Hmm.
I don't know. So I don't know. People like to give him that shit all the time. Like, isn't he a comedian? This is all a joke. And it's like, I don't know. He's doing a lot better than our president, who isn't a comedian, but is the biggest joke on the planet. You. Anyway,
Yeah. And I feel like for a man that is uh, in war, he's doing the best he can. Like you know what I mean? Like we're not actively in a war unless we're doing, we're not in a worldwide like war. If we're in a war, it's because we tried to get into it.
it's a class
Um,
war, baby.
yeah, I don't know.
Yeah. Let's move on from that. That's just I had to get that out. Politics talk. People love it. Gotta move on.
I love his name too, Zelensky. That's just a
Zelensky's
cool,
it's a very good one.
just a good one.
Here's a couple of sad. I got a couple sad things we can
No.
brush by. Yeah, I know. We just got done with the politics. Now we gotta get a little sad. We'll bring it back up. Don't worry. The Razzies were the other day, so we're getting to the Razzies. Don't worry. But we'll just start this with this. I mean, Gene Hackman.
Yeah, Gene
You knew I was
Hackman.
gonna say it.
I knew exactly when you said
Yeah,
sad, I knew where it was going.
yeah. Gene Hackman. That's him, his wife, and that dog. I think that was like locked in a
Yeah,
closet.
German
So
Shepherd, I
upsetting.
believe.
So upsetting. They said his pacemaker went offline like on the 17th or something. February
Oh,
17th. So it's because at first they were like they thought it was carbon monoxide, and then they said that they both tested negative for that. And so I don't really know. I think it was one of those things
wow.
where it's like he's 95. She was like in her 60s. I think it was one of those things where like one of them fell, the other one went to help them, and they fell, and they just couldn't get up. I don't know. It's
Yeah,
definitely doesn't seem like a very I almost said cool situation. It's definitely not a cool situation, but like
definitely not cool.
it's kind of like when we remember when I found a grandpa. I think it was that. I think
Yeah.
it was that kind of situation. If I
Yeah, and
hadn't have showed
he
up,
had not passed, but it was yeah.
yeah, I think it was
Yeah.
that sort of situation. He fell and just couldn't get up. So that
Yeah.
was sucks. Love Gene Hackman. I think I'm gonna watch The French Connection sometime very soon. I just haven't figured out when. Might just do a full.
Yeah.
Might just do a full
I got to do a Hoosiers
Hoosiers, of course.
rewatch.
Yeah, of course.
But my father-in-law was telling me about like all the shows he was on like in the 70s,
Uh,
like
watch Young Frankenstein.
yeah,
He's in
Young
that.
Frankenstein. I saw
Plays the
that he
blind
was in
guy.
that.
So
Um,
funny.
I can't remember any of the name of stuff, but he was like, oh, he was the man. Like he was the man there for a
He
minute.
shook up Hollywood. He was one of those guys that like the
Yeah.
young kid that came in just like fuck the rules. I'm doing whatever I want. It was
Yeah.
awesome. Like it was acting. I mean, I don't know about how his personal life was, but his acting, he definitely went like off the script a lot, which is dope.
Yeah.
So yeah, shout out Gene Hackman, R.I.P.
Yeah.
Damn, that
R.I.P. to
sucks,
Gene.
man. I did
That's
not know he was
so
95. That's
yeah.
crazy.
And I like I think I said this yesterday when I talked to you, like they used the word mummified in the
Yeah, I saw
news.
that today. I don't
Let's
like
just
that.
keep that out.
Yeah, I don't like
Like
that.
let's just maybe that is true. Maybe it's been that long, but like let's just not
Mm,
put that out there. And I
yeah.
don't know. I just don't like that. I hate that. So
And
I
then
hate that that's like, because then it's like that's what people will remember. Remember when they found Gene Hackman and it's like, no, no, no.
oh, the
Remember how
mummy?
good
Like, no,
of
he wasn't in the mummy. And like, no, he was a
no,
mummy.
he was, and
Like,
it's like,
no,
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 dude.
no. That's fucked up. It's
Yeah,
gross. Why
that's what I
would you
mean. It's
say
like,
that?
can we just? I don't
Yeah.
know. That just
Yeah,
seems
yeah.
so inappropriate to me.
And the other one, which hurt me more than Gene Hackman, was Michelle Trachtenberg. That one
That was
fucking
a
blows, dude.
surprise.
That was the last thing I thought I was gonna see, and
Yeah,
that was my first celebrity crush.
I like. Oh, I'm not even kidding. A week before I had saw like like a fan video of her that was just like a series of clips through all her projects,
Harriet
and
the
it was just like
Spy,
my forever love, Michelle Trachtenberg,
Eurotrip,
and I was just like, oh yeah, cool, I remember her. And then a week later, I was like,
Truth or Scare.
what?
Truth or Scare is when I first saw her.
Truth or Scare?
The Ice
Wow.
Princess. Remember that movie, the Disney Channel movie where she's like an ice skater, but she also is like really smart and wants to like or like her dad wants her to learn like be smart, like book
Yeah.
smart, but then like she wants to be an ice skater. And then so she has to like it's like one of those where it's like basically High School Musical before High School Musical. And I don't think it was a
Right.
musical either. But it was one of those where she wants to do this. Her father wants her to be like a bookworm. And she figures out a way to do both.
Hmm.
Yeah. And Harriet the
Yeah,
Spy,
that's
I
a
found out, was the first Nickelodeon VHS movie. That could be false. I might have misread that, but I think like the first like
hmm.
orange VHS tape like was Harriet the Spy,
Simply ignorance or
which is
whatever.
so good. I feel like I remember it being really fun.
Wow, yeah. That one's really, really sad because she was 39. Like that's
And people are
so
going
sad.
crazy about trying to figure out what it is, and the because the family was like not releasing information on stuff, and this everyone's like, oh, it must have been
Yeah, they don't
she
have
was making
to.
really depressing tweets and stuff a few days before. It's like, fucking leave the family alone.
Oh, that's
Same with Gene Hackman though. I
crazy.
mean, when we were just talking about Gene Hackman, we don't know. I don't
Yeah,
want to know.
you just, I don't need
It's
to know. It's
upsetting.
not gonna change
She
the
just all I know
outcome.
is she just had a liver transplant and that
I
kind of
saw
shit. If it
that.
rejects, the liver can go downhill very quickly. I
Yeah,
don't know if
that's
that and
so
that's
sad.
I think that's the highest up probability of what happened, but I'm not gonna like do more research until it comes out if it ever does. I'm just gonna
Yeah.
mourn her death and remember how much I love her because I do. It'd be
Hmm.
almost as it'd be I'm not. I almost said it'd feel just as bad, if not worse, if this happened to like this celebrity too. I'm not gonna say
Right.
the celebrity because I don't want that to happen.
Right.
So I'm just gonna leave my mouth shut there. So yeah, those are the two. There were obviously deaths all the time, but those two really
Hmm.
hit me hard. Um,
Yeah, those were pretty hard.
yeah, that was
Those.
a rough one, and there always are. But some good news that we can bring it back, and we'll get to the Razzies. I know you're waiting for the Razzies, the
Yeah,
results.
I can't wait.
I got it
I
pulled
didn't
up
even
right
know they
here. I just
happened.
haven't
The Oscars are
tonight, the night of
tonight.
we're
Yeah, the
recording
night of
Sunday.
recording.
We're recording on a Sunday right now.
Yeah.
I'm not gonna watch. I don't really give a shit.
I'm not gonna watch. I just saw
But
that.
it was anyway. Well, I'll get to the Razzies in a bit. Here's a fun thing that I have a little video for you.
Oh
Uh,
yeah.
Elvira, my queen Elvira, queen of the night.
Elvira.
Maybe not her though.
Not that one.
No. So she had a Tesla. Like she was one of the celebrities living in LA, had a Tesla,
Yep.
and she sold it. She got rid of it. Like who was it that did the other day? Like the Shania Twain or whoever that was. Someone
Oh, I have
she was like
probably.
waving. I think we talked about it, but I can't remember.
Oh yeah, they like shipped it
They
away
were like
and
waving it away or
yeah.
whatever. So this was sort of the same thing
Yeah.
where and I'll show you the video. I have the video of it. It's great. She's like, she got decal on it, and I don't know if she did this right before she got it towed away or if she got this a little while ago and just was driving around with it, which either way is badass. On the
Hmm.
side, big black letter says Elon SUX. Like X, like the Twitter X, So it says Elon sucks on the side of the Tesla, real big. And she's carrying a chainsaw, like that chain. Remember he had that
Oh,
chainsaw? Dude, it's
good
fucking
Lord.
hysterical. Well, it's Elvira, baby.
Yeah, yeah, yeah.
Crazy. She's crazy. Okay, let me see if I can get this. It's on TikTok. I don't have TikTok, but this was on the website TikTok. Um, she
I think I've
donated
heard of
it
it.
to NPR. She said, "Okay,
NPR.
yeah."
Here goes my Elon Sux mobile. I'm donating it to NPR.
What in the Elon Sux mobile? That's hilarious.
Dude, she is my dream woman.
That's so funny.
Always has been. I love Elvira to death, and she would appreciate that sentiment. I think she's great. Anyone who doesn't know who Elvira is, look her up. She's a looker. Oh my, she is gorgeous in that black dress. You know what I'm talking about. And the
Oh yeah.
big hair. Oh
Oh yeah.
God, I loved watching Elvira, Mistress of the Night, her little like back when they did like they used to have the late night movie host who would watch terrible movies and make fun of them throughout the movie. It's just oh man, she was hilarious. She still looks so good. So yeah, there was that. That's
That's
I saw
pretty
that the
good.
other day and I was so happy. I've been just smiling ear to ear every time I see it because it's just one of those things when you see a celebrity that you love and you're like I haven't heard that many like any like really bad things about the celebrity. And you see
Hmm.
something like that and you're like you're cool. It's like with like uh Pedro Pascal with that trans right tweet that he made when he was at the pride or was it like a parade or a trans
I
rights
don't
day
remember.
protest and everyone he's been like commenting like replying to
Oh yeah,
comments.
yeah, yeah. To
Dude,
everybody.
he is a hero. He is,
Yeah.
and especially when you know he has like extreme anxiety where he couldn't even stand on stage at like Disney's like
Yeah.
the expos when they're doing Fantastic Four stuff because he's so nervous in front of people.
Right.
The fact that he's like doing that is
And I think he has
so
a
cool.
sister that is in that
I don't know.
Space, I don't know.
I don't know. I'm not
But
sure.
I think that's where like it kind of stems from. Is
I
he's
think
like,
he's amazing.
I roll with y'all.
I think he's so cool for doing that because I don't know. It's just all you have to do is stand up, and then
Yeah.
the haters will be like, "Oh, I thought you were a great actor, but I guess I was wrong. See you never. See you never watching one of your
Yeah.
movies again." He'll be like, "Bye," and have like the
Bye.
emoji of the fingernails, being
Yeah,
painted.
yeah,
I'm
yeah.
like, dude, you're the fucking coolest guy I know. Pedro Pascal is the coolest.
It's like, how can you be that talented and like still have like the correct headspace? Like he is right in the middle of
So
that
good.
world, and he's
I think
like,
it's honestly what it is I think
he
getting
just knows.
into well, he's been an actor for a long time, but I mean, kind of breaking out later in when you're older, you kind of have like you're like, I already know who I am, what I'm about. So
Hmm.
you can kind of
Yeah, you're not
navigate
molded.
easier, but I don't really know his whole story, so I'm not sure. But
I don't either.
if you haven't seen Mandalorian, you should definitely watch it. If you watch anything Star Wars, watch
Yeah.
Mandalorian, at least the first season. Because it's just fantastic.
Does he take the helmet off?
Yeah, a couple times.
I didn't know if like you actually saw Pedro Pascal in it.
I can't remember. I think a couple
Yeah.
times at the end of season 2 he might, but I don't remember how far I've gotten
Yeah.
into it. It's been a long time, but yeah, definitely watch that. It's fantastic. Not for
Yeah,
the baby Yoda, that's whatever, but like
Somebody make a Darth Bane, please.
I want to. We should
I'll be
just do
first
it.
in line.
We'll
Yeah,
just
we should do it.
We should just write the movie. It shouldn't be that
Those
hard.
books
I've
are
read the book
so
like 3
good.
times. Yeah, so stand up for what you know is right.
Yeah.
Speak up. Tell these GOP fuckers what's up. Trans rights are cool. Gay rights are cool. Women's rights are cool. My rights are cool. The Bill of Rights, very cool.
Cool.
All those amendments on the Constitution, very cool. The Constitution itself. I mean, if Nicolas Cage wants to steal it, must be pretty cool.
It's gotta be pretty cool.
Gotta be pretty cool. What if he stole the national? Why did he steal the Constitution in that movie? Was he like hired to, or was he?
It was
Just
the
doing
Declaration of Independence.
Oh yeah. Why was
He
steal
stole it
that?
so
for the map on the back. It was a secret
Yeah.
message on the back.
And he stole it
I remember now.
so that the others wouldn't,
Yeah.
because he knew they would not treat it properly.
Right. Yes. I haven't seen those movies in a while.
Oh man, anytime it's on TV, which is all the time, we watch it. We watched the first one. I haven't seen the second one a lot. But it's got freaking Ed Harris in it. So good.
Dude, so good. And speaking of good movies, let's move on to the Razzies. I got the results from the Razzies they were just the other day. I don't know what day they were. It's the 45th, which is pretty cool, I guess. That's what they say. So do you want to try and take guesses on what won? Who do you think won?
Ooh, yeah.
I've only seen one of the movies that won.
Okay.
So what do you think got the worst picture?
Worst pick. Can I know the nominees, or do you know that?
I don't know the nominees,
Wow, what came out this year that was not good?
but
Didn't that Craven the Hunter movie come out?
that did come out. It did not win. It
Okay.
might have come out. It might have come out too late.
It dodged that
'Cause
bullet.
This one came out a lot earlier than I thought.
But
I think it was one of the earliest movies in the nomination, probably. Feels like it came out 2 or 3 years ago. But
Is it a Marvel Sony?
it's
Is it a Sony partnership?
Sony. It's a Sony partnership thing.
Is it,
I almost didn't say. I was like, Marvel.
Oh, what's it called? It's got Sydney Sweeney in it, isn't
Madam
she?
Web.
Madam Web
That's your final answer?
for worst picture.
Yeah.
Yeah.
That is correct. It was Madam
I
Web.
haven't seen it, but
Yay!
Did
We
you
all
watch
knew
it?
No, I haven't seen it yet.
I almost said Morbius, but that came out like 5 years
I heard
ago.
about this though. The worst actor, or just as actor, and this is not the same movie, so I'll give you that hint. I don't know if you'll get this one. You'll probably be surprised by this one. I kind of am too. I haven't seen the movies, so I don't know.
Wow, what came out that people wouldn't think is very good, or
A
who?
lot.
I know that's like it's all of a sudden it's
Comedians are
wide.
in it.
comedians are in it.
Not like I don't know about that's
The
it's not
SNL? No.
no.
That hasn't
It's
come
not
out yet.
it's not like it's a comedy movie, but it's like a biopic sort of thing. Like it's a probably like realistic fiction or something like that. Historical fiction, like it's
Not
real,
that
but, like,
SNL movie thing?
I don't. Oh, not.
I don't know if
Saturday
that's
Night,
even come
no.
out yet.
Not Saturday Night. That movie's probably way too late to be in the Razzies.
And that movie's probably gonna be good. I hope.
I heard it's
I
pretty
don't
good.
I don't even know what
It
to
was
guess.
Jerry Seinfeld and Unfrosted.
Oh, the
That Pop Tart
Pop-Tarts
movie. That
movie.
Pop Tart movie. That has
Didn't
comedians
that
in it, right? Doesn't it?
think that went yeah. I think it's like a the whole one of the bits is like
Should have said a
look
breakfast
who all
food.
these people are.
Should have been like a breakfast food movie. Okay. So what about actress?
Wow. Jerry Seinfeld, poor buddy. Um mm, uh Dakota Johnson, Madam Web.
Yep. Dakota
Yeah.
Johnson, Madam Web. Uh,
Poor thing. That sucks.
that
I
movie
like
was
the people that go and
terrible.
accept it though. It's kind of funny.
Yeah, I'll tell you who accepted one a big time acceptance one, but the Razzie Redeemer, so the person who usually is ragged on, but then they
Hmm.
have like a actually surprisingly really good, like they redeemed themselves
Hmm.
after all these years of being kind of the butt of the joke.
Ooh,
You might
Pamela
like it.
Anderson.
It was Pamela Anderson in the last
Whoa.
showgirl,
Let's
dude.
go.
Good, that was awesome,
Yeah.
awesome,
Well, cause
awesome.
I've been seeing her so much, and people are like,
Yeah, people love that
and
movie.
she's like in her natural look, she's
Yeah,
doing
she
her
looks
thing, and
great.
everybody's like in love with her, and she's like, I've been like, she literally was like, I've been doing this. Like, I don't
Yeah.
know why all of a sudden you guys are
Uh,
good for her.
yeah,
That's
it's
cool.
great for her. I can't believe you got that
I'm
right.
really pumped I got that right. That's
And
cool.
then the supporting actor, male, and this is for 4 different movies.
What?
This is for 4 different movies.
Who acts that much?
It's John Voight. I'm not even gonna let you guess. It's John Voight.
John Voight did
Yeah,
4 movies this year?
I don't. There's Megalopolis, Reagan, Shadowland, and Strangers. That's what it says on the thing.
I
I don't
haven't
know if they
heard
all
of
came out.
like I don't know
I
if
don't
I've
know.
heard of 2 of those.
What about
Megalopolis is the Adam Driver and
that's the Adam Driver?
Shia LaBeouf and
I forgot he was in that. Yeah.
I think he
Francis
plays a
Ford
woman.
Coppola movie. Uh,
Yeah.
what about supporting actress?
Supporting actress Sydney Sweeney.
No, Amy Schumer, Unfrosted.
Oh, I didn't even know she was in
I
that.
don't think I knew she was in that either. Okay, how about director?
Director? Did Jerry Seinfeld direct his own movie?
No, it wasn't Jerry Seinfeld.
Um, will I know this?
I've already said the name. Probably
Wow.
like
Did John Voight direct his own
no,
movie?
like less than a minute ago. I probably said the name.
Oh no. Francis Ford Coppola of Megalopolis.
He got worse directing. He's the one that
Is
accepted
it?
it. He's the one that went to accept it.
Oh, good for him.
He had a big
Okay,
long message on Instagram about accepting it.
is how old is that person?
Francis
Francis
Ford
Ford Coppola.
Coppola. He's Nick Cage's dad.
He's
Pretty
one of those
old.
people that like, you know how there's people that are like, "Oh, Pablo Picasso died in like 1970 or whatever." And people are like, "Oh, I thought he was like with Michelangelo and
Oh
like people
no.
think Pablo Picasso is like old. Like
No.
it sounds kind of like that.
Yeah.
And that's Francis Ford Coppola to me sounds like the beginning of Hollywood. Like one of the first directors. That's what it sounds
Mm.
like to me.
Right. Here's what he says on Instagram. I'm thrilled to accept the Razzie Award in so many important categories for Megalopolis and for the distinctive honor of being nominated as the worst director, worst screenplay, and worst picture at a time when so few have the courage to go against the prevailing trends of contemporary movie making. So he's kind of shit talking, which is fine. He got
Wow.
worst director. He can have time to shit
Yeah,
talk.
you got your
In
moment.
this wreck of a world today where art, all caps, is given scores as if it were professional wrestling, I chose to not, in all caps, follow the gutless rules laid down by an industry so terrified of risk that despite the enormous pool of young talent at its disposal, may not create pictures that will be relevant and alive 50 years from now.
Wow.
What an honor to stand alongside. Shit, I just went back by accident. What an honor to stand alongside a great and courageous filmmaker like Jacques Tati, who impoverished himself completely to make one of cinema's most beloved failures, Playtime. My sincere thanks to all my brilliant colleagues who joined me to make our work of art, Megalopolis, and let us remind ourselves that box office is only about money, and like war, stupidity and politics has no true place in our future. And the guy knows how to
Wow.
talk, that's for sure.
He made a good
Um,
point. He's made some good points
I,
there.
I still wonder if I will watch it and like it. Um,
It's on my
because
list.
it's a lot of people that like the same people that like they just sometimes people just don't get it, and
Yeah.
it's like And another thing though, like saying like this is true art. It's like, yeah, fucking there was Campbell soup can is art, right? You know what I mean? Anything could
Right,
be art
right,
if it's in a
right.
museum. So it's like that's whatever. But I'd have to watch it and really see like, is this groundbreaking or is it, like is it actually like groundbreaking in a way that like, oh, people don't quite like understand this if they don't like is it a movie for people or is it a movie for filmmakers? Is it one of
Right,
those movies? Because like
right.
I like those movies because I'm an asshole snob when it comes to movies. But I can enjoy really crappy movies too. So I just don't know. Like if it's not acted well or dialogue good, then I'm gonna be like, if it's not dialogue good, that's what I just said.
Yeah, there you
And I said I'm a movie snob.
go.
But yeah, so I don't know. We'll see. Good job, Francis Ford, for taking
Yeah,
the Razzie. Screen combo. So the worst like pairing basically.
the worst pairing, Jerry Seinfeld, Amy Schumer.
Nope. Joaquin Phoenix, Lady Gaga, Joker, Folie à Deux, which I have
Oh
seen.
shoot. If I
Uh,
would have thought about that coming out this year, I would have guessed that more because
yeah,
people hated it.
this is weird. It's just
I
like
haven't watched it.
completely different from the first one, and it definitely just it's almost like it didn't learn from the first one. I don't know. There's a lot of things with it.
I don't know either.
And then prequel, remake, rip off, or sequel. What do you think won?
Joker.
Joker, Folie à Deux.
I didn't even know what it was called.
Yeah, and then
Joker 2.
the worst screenplay. What do you got?
Worst screenplay, which is like the script or whatever, or like the storyline. Unfrosted.
Nope.
It's pretty bad. Um, Madam Web.
Madam Web.
Damn,
It's the
it sucks
dialogue.
that
The
it's like
dialogue
the
in that
same
the
4 or
dialogue in that movie
5.
sucks. Apparently, I haven't seen it yet. I need to go back and now that I've seen
Probably
the
should
Razzies, I
watch it.
might go through and watch them because I don't. Unfrosted looked interesting at first, and then as I
Yeah,
saw more trailers, I was like, "What is this movie? Is
yeah,
it really about Pop Tarts or is it not?" Like it seems very
yeah.
confusing. Megalopolis, I was really excited for,
I'm
and
gonna
then
watch that.
so many people shit on it that like I was like, "Is this good?" Like it was almost, I could feel like
Yeah,
public opinion like twisting my thinking, and I was like, "What?" I stopped. I just stopped looking at it. I
right.
watched the Joker on a whim, just randomly, so I could watch it finally, and I don't know, it was just
Yeah,
weird. It was just weird. Um, I have to watch it again to really have like a full opinion because it has been a bit. I will say though that Nosferatu was probably one of the best horror movies made in like the last decades. I mean, holy cow, was that movie amazing?
yeah.
Lily Rose Depp. I kept thinking, if I was Johnny Depp sitting in the theater at the premiere watching my daughter in that movie, I'd be so unbelievably proud and amazed. And fun fact, there's a part because like it's like the 1800s, so they're like she's having fits. Oh, she won't sleep. She's a restless. And I'm like, give her more ether. And the guy walks over and gets the bottle of ether and puts the rag on it and does that and puts it over her face. And then she's,
Oh my gosh.
yeah, well, she's a woman. She was having fits.
Yeah, it's
Um,
1800s.
and I just thought like if Johnny Depp was watching in the premiere, he'd go, "Oh, I have an ether scene too." Because in Fear and Loathing in Las Vegas, they take Devil's ether before going into Circus, and he has like this whole thing about like why ether, like it's like the craziest drug that you should not take in
Yeah.
public. And it's just fun. I could be him sitting there going, "Oh, I did that in a movie too. I also took ether. I mean, mine was consensual, but I
I
can't
did it
help
on purpose.
I can't help but think that like someone in the making of this movie was like, Johnny Depp also did ether. Like that's kind of a
Yeah.
cool little like that's her dad, like a cool little homage. I don't know, maybe not, but I definitely noticed it, and I thought that was cool. But I'll tell you this about Nosferatu that was not in the original like 1910 version. I can got a vampire dick on the screen, bruh.
Oh no.
Got a big old swinging vampire dick, bruh.
A schlong?
Bruh, that dick was hanging low. It needed blood, bro. That vamp needed blood down there. It was so upsetting at times. The movie, not the penis part. That part was
Yeah.
shocking. I wasn't expecting to see full gray vampire penis. I do want to know if that was Skarsgård's actual penis though, because that would be interesting. He had a full.
No
I mean,
way.
the way he looked was incredible. Not like the original where he had like the big pointy ears and like the weird big head. he looked like a person. Well, not a person, like a person who'd been dead for like hundreds of years, but was still walking around.
Hmm.
But he had like this really deep, thick, like Balkans European accent that I loved. I don't know. All the doubts I had for that movie, I don't even know why I had doubts. Like they just everything. Again, one of the best movies I've seen in so long. Everyone did so well. There were really disturbing scenes that were really disturbing. I told you about a couple.
Yeah.
Really, just like you're like, holy fucking Christ, what am I looking at? And I loved it because the movie didn't pull punches. Like sometimes nowadays, like old school movies, they'd show like actual like beating people up and like people getting um like it would show, I don't know, like it would show things. People would go, "Oh my god!" And then someone was like, "You can't show that on movies." So like, if someone's gonna die, like put the knife up to their neck and you start slashing, and then the camera cuts away and you see like a splash of blood.
Right.
This movie's going. Nosferatu goes up to Craven the Hunter, that actor who's amazing in the movie. Goes up to him and he goes, "You will not wake up." And then start hearing his two like 4-year-old daughters screaming in their room. The mom goes in there and she goes, "Wake up, wake up." And he won't wake up because he's under a spell. And she goes in there and she opens the door and she screams, and you're like, oh, she's looking at like her dead kids are like lying on the ground or something in blood. And it goes over and it's Nosferatu holding both kids, like one in each arm, and he goes, "Munch,"
Oh
throws that one
no.
down, Munch throws that one down, and then he goes and eats the wife. And you're like, that was fucking, you just showed him eating two kids.
Children.
Was,
Oh no.
but that was fucking, that's what you need. It's Nosferatu. He's literally a demon. That's what demons
Yeah.
do. So like,
Right.
I don't want to see him like making balloon animals. I want to see him eating fucking people. And he was eating people. He gets on Lily Rose Depp.
Sheesh.
And you know the story of Nosferatu?
I don't know anything at
Do
all.
you know Bram Stoker's Dracula?
I've heard of it. I have
Okay,
seen
I
images,
won't,
but
I
I
won't tell
don't.
you what happened. But by the end, it's so gross. It's so gross. Anyone that like watches the end of that movie and is like, now I'm gonna go have sex with my loving partner, you're a freak. If you're watching the end of the Nosferatu 2025 and you're like, I want to have sex with my partner now, you a freak. Because
He's a
that
weirdo.
part's freaky. I mean, not gonna yuck your yum or anything, but like that part was weird, dude. The end of that movie was creepy weird to look at. And Lily Rose Depp is a beautiful woman, and she's definitely gonna go down, like she's gonna be like with like Zendaya and like Timothée Chalamet, where it's like these, like you're gonna go far. Like if that's
Yeah.
the level of acting you're doing right now at your age, which I don't know how old she is, but probably younger than us.
Yeah, probably.
She's gonna fly, dude. You watch, she's gonna fly higher than her dad did. I think, dude,
Wow.
honestly, dude,
Bold.
did you ever see what was that movie she was in? It was a Kevin Smith movie, like a jokester. It was like Yoga Hosers or something. It was like
Uh-uh.
she's a clerk in Canada with a woman. I can't think of that woman's. It's Kevin Smith's daughter, who'd made the Clerks and the hockey
Yeah,
jerky,
yeah, yeah.
that guy. His daughter and Lily Rose Depp play like these clerks who are best friends, because they're best friends in real life, because Kevin Smith and Johnny Depp are really good friends. And they're convenience store clerks, and I can't remember what happens, but there's a bunch of like little Hitler's clones, but they got cloned as like sausages, so they're like little sausages,
Oh,
like
right,
little
right.
Hitlers, and they're going, "Hey, hey, hey, I see you," but they're like little sausages, and they kill all these little like Hitler clone things. It's a weird movie, man. It's fun.
Yeah. Sounds
It's
weird.
but they do a good job. Those two women are so funny. I want to see them in more movies together. So yeah, that's my
Hell
Razzies
yeah.
were here, but man, Nosferatu, highly recommend. But I totally understand if people get too uncomfortable with it. But like, if you watch the original and then watch this new one, it's such a loving homage. Like oh my god, some of the scenes, any scene with the shadows, because there's a big part in the old one, that gothic, like there's a part where, because like he has like magic, he can like use his magic, he'll like lift his hand up and like he can like hypnotize you, but he has like so much power, he can like there's a scene in the original where like it's going over the city of Wiesberg in Germany, and his hand is like a shadow, and it's going over the city because it's showing like he's here, he can take control of everything, and so like because it's always it's old movies, so they can't do a lot of effects, but
Right.
they even do the part where like in the original where like he's walking down the hallway, because it's so weird the shadows, he's like walking like this, like what like old school like. Because if
Yeah.
you're walking, because you see one hand and the hand behind it in the shadow, then him, right? So it's like it has like that really creepy. It's going over the corners of the wall. And in this movie, he's going into the house and he's walking, literally walking like this. And I was like, he's doing the walk. Because it looks goofy kind of in real life, but in the shadow, it just works
Yeah.
so perfectly.
Yeah, it makes sense.
It's I thought as a snobby, especially your horror movies, I love a good horror movie. And if it can make me uncomfortable, that's a good horror movie. And they, you know me, wet, squishy, gross. This movie
Yeah,
had
the
it,
things
man.
I don't like.
When he ate that bird's head,
Yeah.
because he's holding the bird, and you're like, and he going, huh? And he puts the head in the mouth, and then someone says something, and he goes, starts talking again, and he puts the bird down because you can tell it's a live bird. Puts it down off screen, brings it back up. I'm like, oh, this is a fake bird, because you know he's gonna do it. You know he's gonna bite the head off. It's right there, and
It's not if, but when.
He takes it down, just like my hands. Boom, brings it back up, right? And you're like, has to be a fake bird now. Another like minute and a half goes by, and this bird's moving around, right? And you're like, the fuck's going on here? Is he ever gonna do it? And he just out of nowhere, he just and he doesn't take it off screen. It's not like he goes and then does that. He goes like that, and you're like, ah! That was the first time I was like, fuck, oh, what the? That's when I knew. I was in for a good ride. And that was after he was naked making a star, the pentagram, and putting scratches all over himself and pooping all over himself, all that. That was after that. I was right. I've seen this a million times. Biting the head off a bird, that's gangster, dude. I like that.
Crazy.
Other than that, I haven't seen that many movies lately. Just been watching a lot of soccer. But wow. Yeah. Good stuff. How about you? What's your life like?
I'm out of time. I need to go check on my son.
I gotta go. Tell everyone where they can find you online. I'll play.
TDub Projects on Facebook. I am working on some things. I finally have some tools aligned, and so come check that out on Facebook. And I've been streaming more. We'll see as the week goes on if I can keep going, but if not, check out VDrizzle, Vance 23 on Twitch. If not, come check out me, TDub on Twitch. Yeah, that's it.
There we go. You follow me on Instagram at Van Windsor. The show is on. I can't play and I talk at the same time. So I'm still not good at that. Mellow Brick Road, mbr.pod on Instagram, Mellow Brick Road on Facebook. We do have a Mellow Brick Road Twitch. We haven't used it yet. We're trying to figure out what to use it for, like what specifically we can use it for. Maybe recording like live shows. But yeah, check us out whenever we game. VDrizzle, only Vance 23 on Twitch. Yeah, TDub on Twitch for him. Mason's on Twitch, Batty Bubble. Also, go ahead and follow him.
Yeah.
I think that's everything. Follow us on YouTube, subscribe, like, comments, Spotify, Apple Podcasts, all of the different podcasting apps. We're all on there. Check us out. The hero this week that I'm gonna have is just every Missouri citizen that has been attending these town halls and these protests, making your voices heard, letting them know that you are upset. Not even like that you're like, oh, fuck MAGA, fuck Trump, fuck you people. No, you are upset. Does it liberal or Republican? You are upset that the funding is getting cut for these things. Food stamps are gone. Veterans aren't getting funding. Eggs are going up. There's so many things, and I'm so happy and proud as a Missourian to see people standing up for themselves, because God knows the leaders aren't doing that for us. So shout out to every Missouri citizen who's standing up for what they know is right. And any Missouri citizen who's a Nazi, go fuck yourself.
Yeah.
And with that, everybody, mellow manifestations to the future.
Peace and blessings.
Fuck Nazis, dude.
Dun, dun, dun. I gotta go pick up my son.
Yeah.
I'll see you later.
See ya, brah.